we murdered hoboed. Unintentionally.
I single-handedly led us into becoming murderers. Is kind of what happened.
It's cool. Things all the time. But yes, you more or less wiped out the entire Washers Row gang. Whose name I don't remember. I think it was the Washtide Bringers.
I don't feel 100% bad about it,
Yeah,
but I
it's,
do feel a tiny bit bad about it.
It was the Gallo girl. It was the Gallo girls. I think is the information we found.
That who might possibly have what's her face.
Tower girls, not Callow.
No, I said Gallo.
We also have no idea where they are either.
Yes, you have been. It has been indicated to you by Zograthy before he died that Natalia may have been involved with the Tower Girls, one of the gang of Xarni crime gangs.
Well, it means we have some questioning to go do.
Did you find out anything else?
That was, I think, the main.
No, we basically murdered people for no reason. That's what happened. These guys had nothing to do with it. We have no idea where the Tower Girls are. They said to maybe ask the guards, but that's going to be kind of out of the picture at this time. Because we're probably going to be wanted for murdering 13 people in cold blood in the middle of the street.
Well, negative Nancy, before you get too all
no, it's
into
true.
your own
I'm not.
feelings of guilt.
You literally said that. You told me that. How's it negative Nancy? That's what you told me.
You killed a bunch of people, and there's probably going to be repercussions, is what I said.
Yeah.
But did you guys find out anything else or anywhere else to go? You've also heard rumors of Nidalee slavers. And as mentioned, the guards may also know something.
Yeah.
It's in this moment that I realized I did not put enough points in the bluff. But yeah, that's basically it. And also I think that Ian's character is fucking good at betray the shit out of us. I also think that.
Because you heard him talking to a mysterious voice.
That he called Master. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true.
I don't trust that shit. Because it wasn't even that you were talking to a mysterious voice. It was like the things you said. I can't quite remember what they were, but it sounded very suspicious.
Okay. Nana has suspicions.
Yes.
Okay, anything else?
Oh, we are all very injured. I cart-toted you guys back in an oyster cart.
Yep.
Yeah. We are unconscious, correct? Because we're
yes. I paid her people to bring you
and not ask questions and to take us to
the rooms. Yeah.
Yep.
And to get rid of the cart.
Okay. In that case, we'll start off there. Sulthar, you are currently unconscious as well as Nerobus. Nienna, what are you doing?
I am extremely injured. So once I see that my fellow teammates have been carted off to bed, I go to bed. I have no more healing and I'm incredibly hurt.
Okay. Everybody forcibly rests in some cases. You recover hit points equal to your level, which I think we're still 1.
We are still level 1, so some of you might still be unconscious.
I think that's probably true.
Yes.
Okay, so I have 2 hit points. I'm going to heal. I'm going to use a healing spell on myself. Sorry, guys. I'm going to use a healing spell on myself. And then see how much that heals me for, and then I'll think about coming over to your guys' to heal you. This is the Deanna Show.
Yes, while you have awoken, your compatriots have not.
Yeah, no, they haven't. They're still fighting for the... Why did I roll a d20? Oh my god. D8. I get 4 points back. You know what? I'll fucking take it. I'll be at 6 hit points out of 9. That's better than nothing. Let's see. I go to Zulthar. Your room. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You get 2 points of healing.
I don't wake still. I'm now at 0.
Yeah, that means you're awake but staggered.
Oh, fuck.
Gonna give you another one for another 2 points.
Awake and able to get on your feet, but you still feel very weak.
I feel like shit.
Maybe you should rest some more. It's gonna take a while for us to recover. I need to see to our scaly friend as well.
From being in prison for so long.
So you know what? Maybe, stay in the bed and just rest. I leave his room and I go to the kobold's room.
Give me a perception check when you do.
Master, they suck. No, I'm kidding.
Right. I guess I might be a little distracted. 13.
You see nothing out of the ordinary.
I go to Cobalt Friend and you get 7 points of healing.
Okay, that's enough to help me out a lot.
I am tapped out of healing. Hey,
Everybody is now
awake?
conscious and at least able to act with each other.
I think we should avoid fighting like that again for a while.
Oh shit, my thing did fucking save.
Uh-oh.
Well, in the sense that, I have no idea how much... Oh my god, I remember this being an issue. God damn it. I'm just gonna have to start writing a piece of paper and hopefully not losing it. Fuck. Okay, no, continue. I need to find a piece of paper. I need to find a piece of paper and pencil.
Okay, so what's going on, guys?
I don't know at this point. I was Zatar. I think that would they have met up by this point or something?
How do you mean? Are you going down to the common area? What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna go down to the common area, just get some food in my atrophied ass still. I have some muscle mass to slowly gain back.
Hey, do you guys remember how much experience we got last time?
Let me take a look. Since I have it written down.
Or just tell me the total.
1135 out of 1300.
That confirms with what I have as well.
1135. Okay. Thank you. Does Cobalt wake up when I heal him?
Of course. Oh, that hurt.
You should come downstairs and maybe eat something. Niana gets up and leaves the room and goes downstairs.
Nero unsteadily follows her. What happened? The last thing I remember, we were in the alley.
Well, the good news is they're dead, so they won't be coming back for revenge. I'm saying this. I'm saying this quietly, by the way, because I don't want to be like, fucking, we murdered people. But I have something to say to you both. I'm sorry. I handled the situation poorly. Something that is not normally within my nature. She looks to Nero. And I may have reacted poorly because of information that I didn't bother to verify if was correct or not.
What? Are you talking about me?
Nero, I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to ask if you can be truthful with me. Are you planning to backstab or kill us?
Not especially. Why? Are you planning to betray us?
No. The other night, I heard you talking to somebody in your room, and you were calling them master.
I must have just been talking in my sleep. I don't know what you're talking about.
You had just gone into the room. I would very much doubt you had just gone to sleep. Are you rolling a bluff check against me?
Are you rolling a sense motive check
yeah.
against me?
I am.
Is this person lying?
My sense motive is a 12.
He seems like he's telling the truth. He seems genuinely confused by what you're talking about.
Oh, good.
Are you hearing things? Maybe you heard somebody else's room.
It's possible. But due to that lapse in judgment, I created a situation in which I put your lives in danger, and I am sorry for that. It was an unnecessary risk for very little success towards our mission.
Did we find anything out?
Before I killed Zography, he let me know that he had been in contact with the woman that we are looking for, and that she may have been taken or maybe associated with the group called the Tower Girls. Unfortunately, I do not have much information on them, so I do not know where or who they are, besides a gang that lives in the area.
Well, we could pretty much confirm they're not in Washer's Row.
No. There's not any gain for the moment in Washer's Row, to be assured. As I should have talked with you both in the beginning, I am sorry for not taking either of your opinions into consideration. I admittedly thought that they would be unimportant and uninspired, and that is not forgivable when working with a team. I apologize for this slight.
Nero's looking at you with open skepticism. I think she's gonna betray us.
Are you rolling sense motive on me?
I didn't realize you guys had joined me at the table. This was a conversation you guys were
Yeah.
having in a hall.
No. This is downstairs with both of you.
Oh, okay. did not know.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9 on my sense motive check.
What is my title?
She seems to be telling the truth. Like, I'm letting you know I'm not rolling a bluff.
I rolled a 7.
I know, it's just too... I don't know if I can believe that from a drow.
I'll let
Honestly,
you.
I trusted you more when you were killing stuff.
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I'm not a good person. That much is more fact than fiction. But I was not raised as a drow. My parents were human. They found me abandoned as a baby. Somebody was trying to kill me, apparently. Maybe for political gain, a slight, I don't know. Drows have never been known to be kind creatures.
You and I can potentially relate on that.
You were also raised by humans?
More like an outcast. I forsake my own kind. For oddly enough, for a human one. And he said, and this is all like half groggy, just
He's just like
not all there.
He's all fucked up still. He only has 2 hit points.
And he's just slowly eating because he still feels atrophied. And not wanting to throw up this time.
Don't worry. I'm not one to back away from a battle, but I'm usually not as careless as I was the other day.
Well, maybe next time the odds will be more in our favor.
As much as I like a fight as well, I think next time we should probably be maybe a little more diplomatic at this point. I don't need to go back in the hells again for something that we're doing.
Now that you mention that, one of our best sources of information may very well be the guards, but I don't know how well received we'll be at this time.
We could let that simmer down. I'd rather not be on their bad side again within literally 24 hours of being released.
I mean, how do we know they've even heard about it?
That's the thing, we don't know.
We also murdered 13 people in more or less broad evening in front of at least 20 witnesses.
There probably weren't that many witnesses. There were probably like in the vicinity of 5 or 6. Most of the people who were in that alleyway were the thugs.
With
And a
at
lot of
least
people
4
ran.
witnesses. I still think it is a good idea to talk to them, but again, this was my fault and for why we got into this situation, and I don't feel the group should pay for my mistakes.
So what are you suggesting?
I am suggesting that I go. You guys can keep from a distance and watch if you'd like, but I don't want you to get arrested.
So what are we supposed to do if you get arrested?
At the very least, I believe they would let me write a letter to you, or to the Pathfinder Society, which you may get.
Got some high and mighty opinions of the guards. Besides, isn't going off alone kind of what led us to our predicament?
It was only a suggestion.
We're also maybe going about it kind of the wrong way. We're all of a race that not many people are really going to get along with. Even if times have changed since the last time I was on the surface.
Hey, Ian? Can I roll a knowledge local to see if I might know any, like, if I might know any, like, guards that, I don't know, like, maybe if they're not, like, 100% above water, like, they'd, like, let me pass kind of a deal if I went to ask them for information.
As in, you're looking for corrupt guards?
Not corrupt, but maybe one, like, that doesn't mind if they let me bribe them and they don't arrest me.
I'm pretty sure that's the definition of corrupt.
Okay,
but
maybe
yeah,
a corrupt guard.
yes, I think a knowledge local could potentially work to possibly
Never
identify.
mind. Never mind.
Okay, none come to mind.
I rolled a natural one.
You actually, you think you know a guy.
Oh god. Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh, no. That's gonna bite us in the ass.
I may know a guard that might be willing to talk to us.
Does this guard have a name? I doubt I know him.
Jeffries Soggenbottom.
Okay, that's not his name. Jeffrey Soggenbottom. Yes, and one of the guards that patrols the wharf could perhaps be. You think that he's a shady individual.
Oh no. You guys are also welcome to throw in ideas.
I'm sorry, I've been in underground prison for 20 years.
That doesn't matter!
Now.
Stop letting me make mistakes.
Or we can go talk to somebody in the shade. They may have more answers as well, if it's related to gangs.
I nod and look at Nero. This should be a group decision. Do you have an opinion?
Well, I think until we know more about what the guards know, we should maybe steer clear of them. Beyond that, looks like we have maybe two options if we don't go to the guards. We can either look for these slavers, or we can maybe try and find out some more information on these tower girls.
What do we know about the slavers?
You only know that if there are slavers, it's not the Xarni who are involved. You do know that people have been disappearing in Beacon's Point and in the Dockway and the Underbridge. Basically all the worst parts of town.
Oh, goody. We'll fit right in. Well, I guess maybe investigating the Italy slavers might not be such a bad thing. It'll, at the very least, help us keep low for a while. I know the city guard doesn't like to go to that area very often. If at all.
Sounds like we have a plan then.
But maybe we should take another day for recovery. I look at you, Zolthar.
I'm not going to argue against it.
If I had more healing spells, I'd give you more healing.
I don't think we have anything in the way of potions.
No.
I don't think we used all of them.
Yeah, we did. In the last fight. We used the last of them. Alright. We'll take the day to rest and regroup. And then tomorrow we shouldn't waste any more time. We will need
Agreed.
I am going to go shopping. I won't be gone long and I won't do anything stupid, I promise. But please stay here and rest unless you also need something.
I think I'm okay. Do you need anything, big guy?
Zolthar.
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Nothing that I can think of. I was gonna assume a weapon, but I kind of already stole somebody's.
Oh, do you still have the Morning Star?
Yep. I ain't getting rid of that. No.
You're like, that's mine. Basically, Ian, I wanted to, since we're gonna be taking another day for resting, I basically just wanted to I was thinking about getting some poison
Okay.
for my weapon.
Have you? Is there reason to think that you already know somebody?
I wouldn't think that I would not, like, just as a general thing, like poisons are useful more than just killing people.
That's true,
Like,
but they're usually not a legal commodity.
not even like some of like the other stuff. Wait, let me look at the poisons again. Because like some of the poisons didn't sound like they'd be like, ooh, you know, kind of a deal. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like in Romeo and Juliet, like such mortal drugs have I, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utter it. Like you can't go to your local alchemist and just be like, "Hey, what do you got in the way of poison?"
That's true. But also like I would think, okay, so as a general thing, I have like as a drow, like I am able to use poisons without poisoning myself. So I'm thinking from like a lore perspective, since I wasn't raised as a drow, I feel like it just has like I have used it before for various reasons. Like maybe I like needed it when I went adventuring at some point while I was, you know,
Maybe
doing
it
my
might
job.
not mean anything more than just you're careful when you put stuff on stuff.
Okay, maybe I don't know anybody. I don't know.
Well, I mean, give me a knowledge local check to see if you know anything about the underground.
14.
You may have heard somebody of somebody. You know, you've never bought anything from them per se. It's not something that you use often as an archaeologist, but you have heard of a name that supposedly operates within a certain area.
Do I know this person's name?
Only that they're a rat folk of some kind, a gang lord.
A Gain Lord? Is Squeaks a Gain Lord?
I don't know. It's been 6 years.
Right? He has amassed immense wealth through Mythin. um I do invite them to come with me if they want to come with me, by the way. I like tell them that this is only a shopping trip and that, you know, that I would like to invite them if they would like to come. But it is in a disreputable way.
Okay. Nobody likes me anyway.
Oh. It's so sad. We'll probably wait until it's closer to like evening. Just so it'll be kind of easier for us to move around, get less noticed.
Yeah, that seems fun. Generally, the way I'm sort of considering it is that you guys probably have a mostly nocturnal schedule anyway.
Okay,
You're
cool.
each of you people who don't necessarily like the light.
We keep odd hours.
But yes, you wait until evening time before setting out. You know that this, or you believe this individual can be contacted if you go to, let me find my map. Where the hell is my map?
I don't know. What is your map?
There we go. Sorry, it's just not on like page 1 or something smart like that.
Oh, I also wanted to ask, when you buy a thing of poison, is it just one dose?
Yes, the price listed is for 1 dose.
Damn, that's expensive.
Poison is very expensive.
That's expensive.
But yes, the time is now 6:27 in the evening.
Precisely 6:27. Once I see that it's gotten kind of darker, is it just Nero coming with me?
I might as well come along.
Okay.
He said we want rest another full day until nighttime.
I dig it. But we set out, and I guess I try to make my way to this rumored Gain Lord rat folk.
Okay. You know that he's rumored to have operations in the Keystone District. So if you're going to look for it, you should maybe go there.
We go to the Keystone District. Do you want me to use like a knowledge survival or something to try to find it, or?
No, you know where the Keystone District is. It's one of the more well-known areas. But give me a diplomacy check to try and gather information on where this guy might be.
Hey, that's a much better roll. 26.
Ooh, that's actually a great roll.
Thank you.
You walk around the Keystone District until you see a guy kind of standing awkwardly near a stall. He's got his arm crossed and he looks kind of disreputable. You sidle up to him and you start a conversation. And he's at first a little wary of dealing with you just because you're a dark elf. But eventually he lowers his guard a little bit and you're able to get some information out of him. You know that this rat folk named Squeaks has almost like a small syndicate of a network of people who deal in clandestine goods. And there's a front not far from there, about 2 blocks away in the Keystone District.
All right. I thank him for the information, and I lead my compatriots to this place.
Hey, you follow the instructions granted by the criminal, and you find a really shoddy storefront called the Rusted Chest. It's living up to its name. The sign is hanging awkwardly on 2 rusted chains. The paint is peeling, and the window is really dusty, and you can even see cobwebs on the inside. It looks to be in a great deal of disrepair.
This looks like the place. I look at my compatriots. Shall we?
Nero kind of loosens his sword in his scabbard, but he nods.
I just kind of give a exhausted shrug.
I lead the way inside.
A bell rings over your head as you push open the door. It kind of sticks and makes a as you push it open. A cloud of dust appears to be blanketing everything in here.
Charming. I hope he's actually still here. Hello? I call out.
You hear a squeaking. Who's there?
My name is Niana. I am interested in purchasing some wares from you.
You see a wizened old rat folk hobble out of a back room towards a narrow, shabby counter. Customers. I haven't had those for a while.
Would I be correct in assuming that your name may or may not be Squeaks?
Squeaked, huh? Well, and no one's called me that for a long time. What brings you here looking for Squeaks?
There's a certain type of item I wish to purchase that I cannot get from more conventional means.
I see. And what might this be?
I'm looking for an item called Gelid Burn Oil.
Not something that you can get from your everyday corner alchemist.
It's unusual and usually not stocked with them, correct?
I may know a guy who knows a guy.
That
What's
would,
it for?
it's for mostly for protection, but in order to make things easier for ourselves while we look for someone. Someone that may or may not have been taken.
Taken, you say?
Yes. we are searching for someone.
Sorry, what was the name of what you needed?
Gelid Burn Oil. I can post it into the thing.
Let me just. Oh yeah, throw it up.
Okay. I'm gonna sneeze. Thank you. There. Like, it's nothing crazy, but not a bad bane for your buck. Ew.
Well, let's see. Something like that, something so unusual, might cost a little bit. How much you got?
I have around 200 gold.
I see. And suppose some curious guard finds this on you. What are you gonna tell him?
Tell them that I found it while I was excavating. A curious thing.
That effect.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I may not be famous or necessarily infamous, but my reputation does precede me as being an archaeologist.
Oh, I'm sure only that. Well, give me a diplomacy check.
26.
You seem like you could maybe be trusted. I'll sell you some for 85 gold.
I do raise a brow at him, but I pull out the, was that 170? No, 114? No, 117. 117.
What?
That's for each, right?
He's charging you 85 each.
Yeah. Not wanting to start trouble again and trying to bargain, I acquiesce and I pay the rat for 2 doses.
Okay, so 170 gold pieces.
Yes, you look gouger.
Excellent doing business with you.
Your assistance and your discretion are always appreciated.
Hey, I found discretion to be a two-way street. Ha 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 ha. Now remember, you didn't get this from me. If you can keep quiet about it, maybe we can do business again.
I've already forgotten where I got it from. As I start to leave.
Follow suit.
As soon as you leave the door, you hear the clicking and locks.
He definitely overcharged me, but at this point I just need something. I need to. I am significantly more poor. If you guys need anything, don't come looking at me.
I think we're all
Oh.
pretty broke.
Well, I was broke when I got up here.
Oh, I like your hat. That's awesome. The little fascinator. You're so cute in that. Your mom just got home. Ian.
I see. Sorry, I was up closing the window. Hey, having acquired some contraband, it is now somewhat into the evening.
I only have 155 gold left. Big sad. I say in rich person.
So what's our next stop?
Well, our next stop will be tomorrow, after the big guy has gotten some more rest. He's not fit to fight it.
We're either talking to the slavers or the tower girls. Which ones are we talking to first?
I think maybe this, or we don't know where either of them are, but I figured getting information on the Nidalee slavers may be easier than talking to the guards at this very moment. They may not be the most happy with us and may need a couple days to cool off. Or who knows, maybe they'll be happy with us for getting rid of a problem.
Maybe, I don't know. But we at least have 2 leads, or technically 3 with the guards, but
We can try talking to some guards tonight. It would be easier to lose them in the dark. If they aren't the happiest with us.
I'm pretty sure we stick out like a sore thumb.
Do you forget that humans can't see as well in the dark as we can?
Fair.
Most of the guard here is human. It's easier to get away from them when they have trouble seeing.
I feel letting what happened this morning simmered down a bit more might be best. That's still most likely going to be on high alert. I don't know.
Any thoughts, short one?
Dark. Humans usually tend to be more skittish in the dark, too.
That is also true. They probably wouldn't appreciate an orc, a drow, and a kobold coming up to them in the middle of the night.
They might overreact.
Maybe in the morning then. When it's not too bright out. But still enough light to make them feel comfortable. So we talk to the guards in the early morning?
Okay.
Might as well. Then after that, if they don't really have anything, we go to the Tower Girls or the Slavers.
Alright. Let's go back to the Foreign Inn and get something to eat before we rest until morning. And by morning, I mean like 4 o'clock, so we have time to travel. You guys know what I mean.
What do you mean, like 4 a.m. or 4 p.m.?
AM. That's not... PM isn't the morning.
No, I don't know. I thought you meant like morning for us, which is really afternoon.
No, I mean like morning. Like...
Oh, no.
Like, that's why... No, 4 p.m. in the afternoon is like still bright as hell.
Okay, I'm just clarifying. I'm trying to get our schedule down.
Yeah, no, I mean actual morning, not dark people morning. People that live in caves in the underground.
Okay, you guys start heading back to the Four-Horned Inn, but when you get there, give me perception check.
Hey, thank you for really nice to me. Perception.
That's a 1.
Well, mine's a 21.
When you walk in, you, Niana, see Moxie talking to someone. They've got their back turned towards you, but they have actually, give me a sense of motive along with it.
Sense mode's a little shite, but it is a 15.
You can't tell what the stranger is doing because their back is turned towards you, but you can see that Moxie has a look of guarded concern on her face. Like, she seems to be a little apprehensive of the person she's talking to.
From the back, what does this person look like that she's talking to? Like a guardsman? Like, is it obvious?
No, they are not wearing guard cloaks. It is a male figure who is built fairly lean, but tall and angular. From the way they're leaning on the counter, they might be trying to intimidate or otherwise. It looks like they're pressuring Moxie about something. They've got their arms kind of resting on the counter in front of them. You can give me a perception check as you get closer. Zolthar, you do not notice any of this. What are you doing?
How is my perception check worse the closer I get?
Well, this is just for listening, not necessarily for noticing.
I probably don't hear it. It's an 8.
I've wandered to a table.
I get closer and my hearing gets shittier.
All you can hear is looking for Drow.
Oh,
Know anything about it?
Oh,
And you see Moxie kind of shaking her head. Nero follows Zolthar over to the table.
I follow Zulthar to the table as well, but I would like to use disguise self. No, I can't. I don't have any any more fucking ones. Ah, shit. I don't do that because I don't have any more spell slots. Fuck. No. No. Okay, I don't go to the table because that would have been what I did if I had that. I am going to try to stealth out to go out the door.
Nope.
For
Just the
a
octopus moment, just nope.
for a
nope.
15.
The individual doesn't seem to have noticed you. You retreat out of the door. However, for just a briefest second, you see Moxie's eyes meet yours as you back out. Like she noticed you leaving. But you slip backwards outside the door.
I would like to try to. I want to hide myself. Is there any like barrels or dumpsters or anything like that? I want to try to hide myself and kind of look at the door. Like I want to be able to look at the door as I'm hiding.
Yeah, as you've gone out of the door, there's no like barrels or crates or anything, but you can run across the street and sort of hide yourself in a narrow alley that overlooks the tavern.
I would like to do that.
Okay. We'll keep using your same stealth check since it's all part of the same running and hiding.
Okay, thank you.
But you take a position across the street.
And I'm waiting
Zolthar-
for that guy. Is what I'm doing.
Zolthar, give me a perception check.
Okay, that's a little better than last time. Where the hell is it? That's gonna be a 17.
You see Niana back out of the. You've like plunked yourself down at the table, and as you're trying to gesture to one of the maids, you see Niana back out of the door. She's staring at the bar, where you see Moxie talking to a rather gruff-looking man.
Like everyone's got a bone to pick with somebody. I just kind of watch as I watch her back out and seeing the interaction. Sorry, my mind is preoccupied today. I will kind of just keep an eye on that individual that's at the bar now since it has come to my attention. Like kind of doing the looking but not looking, keeping them in my peripheral.
As the individual turns to leave, his gaze kind of flickers over the crowd and rests on you and Nero. And he starts to saunter over to you.
No boy.
Ha 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 ha.
Nero, we got a guest.
What? He turns around, and only then does he notice the person striding towards you guys.
Are they human?
They are. Hang on. Sorry, my bad. Big sneeze.
I know we can still hear it. It sounded like you were like getting punched. You're like,
You see the strange figure get punched by every guy in the bar on his way over.
What? He's just got a punchable face.
Sorry, I just wanted to punch somebody. It's actually a hobgoblin.
Mm. Oh, goody.
He's got an eye patch. Actually, Zolthar, now that you've noticed the guy and he's walking over closer, you can give me a perception check to examine him.
That's an 8. My groggy ass doesn't seem to really care at this point.
Yeah, there's a kobold, or sorry, a kobold. There's a hobgoblin sauntering up to you. You see that on his back he has a large crossbow slung, but other than that, he doesn't appear to be armed, although he is armored, lightly armored.
I'm just trying to have this look of I don't want to be talked to. I don't look well. I don't feel well. Just
Um,
resting bitch face.
It doesn't seem to deter the individual, and he walks up to your table. Well, well. Not often you see an orc dining with a kobold.
Apparently, years have changed. What's it to you?
I just happen to be looking for an orc and a kobold
Oh shit.
and a dark elf too. I don't suppose you've seen a dark elf.
My first time being in this city after so many years. Haven't really seen one.
Yeah, what's it to you, buddy? The people I work for say that someone messed up one of their operations.
It's a syndicate.
They're looking for 'em. There aren't too many orcs, kobolds,
Or
or drow
Skasarni.
running around.
It's Skasarni.
Haven't been on the surface for 20 years myself. I'm still getting acclimated to this city. I don't know how much information I'm be able to give you, if any at all.
The way I see it, there's a lot of information beat into your face. Looks like you've seen some trouble. Both of you.
It's the nature of being an orc. Someone always wants to pick a fight.
Especially where humans are concerned. Especially when those humans are Skzarni.
You know that Zograthy was a middleman for the Skazarni.
But what I will say about the Skzarni is they pay pretty well.
Not sure how much
See-
it's gonna really help you regardless.
Is he offering him a job? Are you
They
propositioning?
pay pretty well, dead or alive.
By the way, while this is happening, can I put like one of my doses of oil on my lawn sword?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. I'm just out there like waiting for this guy to leave. Like I have my hand crossbow and I have my lawn sword. I'm like putting oil on. I'm like, yeah, come out here, fucker.
Player's urge to pick a bar fight is strong, but he can't do it.
You've got rage.
No. Well, I do have my full rage back, but
Yeah.
I'm still only 2 hit points.
Yes, you are.
Dead or alive is the most common thing I've always heard. Still doesn't know how that applies to me or him.
I guess it depends on how much trouble you want to cause and where your friend might be.
My current friend is the one right here. As I said,
We're friends?
I just kind of roll my head to him and just give him a pat on the head. I'm going to accept the secret message to basically play along.
Give me a bluff check.
All right. Don't fuck me. Okay, that's not bad. 17.
I think that should be enough, but let me double check.
I rolled a 14 plus 3. Sultar doesn't feel like getting his ass kicked again.
Yeah. You think Nero gets the hit? Yeah. Oh, friends. Yeah, we go back a long ways, living underground together. And what about your friend, Dark Elf? You
As I
got one of
said,
those underground.
I've never really been friends with the Dark Elf before.
Hmm.
So don't know what to really tell you.
That's funny because some people have seen one coming in and out of here. You know, they tend to stick out like a sore thumb.
Hey.
I just kind of
He,
give him a shrug.
he pulls out a dagger, but he does it like slowly, and he's kind of like fiddling with it on the table, like spinning it. Sure. If you tell me where she is, I might bring you all in alive.
That's player exasperating.
I could just see Zoltar doing that too, though. I can't do deep male aggravated voice, but I can hear it. Just like he's like, I have 2 hit points. I'm so fucking tired right now. Like,
All I do is find my child.
he's like Liam Neeson on a bender.
Yep. All right, how the fuck do I respond to this?
How much time has passed, by the way?
A few minutes.
Okay, if they don't, if I don't see this dude come out in the next like couple minutes or so, like I think I'm gonna go back in. But I guess
I don't know how to respond to this. This is really starting to trigger fight or flight.
As you are
Just
sitting here,
I was
during
like,
he's just gonna stare at him. Just have him stare down.
give me an intimidate check, actually, as you narrow your eyes.
That's a natural 20
hey,
for a total of 23.
that's not bad.
As you stare
He's trying to
down,
control himself so bad right now because he doesn't want to fucking piss off Moxie at this point.
as you stare, give me a perception check just for you to passively notice some stuff.
Okay. That's gonna be a 12 for a perception.
You see people at the tables immediately next to you guys scooch back and get up.
They're like,
Several of them seem to be reading the room, and they get up from their tables and they leave. Niana, you see about 6 or 7 people kind of exiting the tavern, looking back at the door as they do so.
Are they like running out, or are they calmly walking out?
They're, I wouldn't say running, but they're hastily leaving.
Shit. I don't hear any ruckus though. Do I?
No, not yet.
Shit. Okay.
Keyword. Not yet.
I was gonna say, like, my trigger response is gonna be like hearing a ruckus. Like I hear like a commotion. Hearing a commotion come from Moxie's.
Is the hobgoblin still standing, or is he sitting at the table?
He's
Also,
sitting at the table.
what's his
Yeah,
reaction to this intimidate?
Hang on, I'm trying to see what Sulthar gets with a check that high.
With a natural 20. Pew, 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 pew.
He's giving me the perception check on what I'm reading.
Oh.
Sorry, say again.
I was just answering Sam.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you're not the ones I'm looking for. All the same, he kind of pushes back from his chair, and you see Nero automatically like reach up for his hand towards the sword, but he just kind of, I'd step lightly if I were you.
As you should, as yourself. Don't make threats you really don't want to hold. As I mutter something to him in Shawanti.
Was that what you said in Shawanti, or are you
No,
saying something else?
I mutter something else in Shawanti.
His eyes narrow, but he doesn't seem to have understood what you said.
Let me find what I said. But continue the narration.
At the sound of your, at your mutual threat, his hand. Give me a sense motive.
16.
His hand twitches as if he's about to draw a weapon. Nino, what are you doing?
I get increasingly nervous as I don't see this man coming out and I see people coming out. Shit.
Okay, I'm gonna assume you're possessed with hesitancy.
Yeah.
But after a brief second more, the hobgoblin turns to leave, and he flicks a gold coin over at Moxie at the bar. Thanks for the tip. And he leaves. You see the Niana outside. You see the hobgoblin step outside, look both ways, and then begin moving down the street.
So, Ian, for your sake, I essentially said a more negative version of a Shawanti phrase. Instead of "May your spirit guide you," I said, "May your spirit guide you to an early grave." Normally, the other one's good fortune. This one was not good fortune. But I said that in Shawanti.
Can I want to follow this guy, but I'm like, I want to try to stay as far away from possible as him as possible. Like, I just want to kind of glean the area that he's kind of going to. Like, I want to see if he's going towards the docks or like nicer areas, darker areas. Can I do like a, I don't know, I don't know what that would be. I gotta be honest. I've never tracked somebody.
Well, you're not tracking him by footprints. You're attempting to actually like follow him and keep tabs on him.
Yes.
Like you're attempting to tail him.
Yes.
Give me a perception check to keep him in your sights.
18.
You're able to keep track of him for a few blocks, but shortly thereafter he does he evades you. You turn a corner and you can't see him anymore.
Shit. After that point, I take a couple of like twisting turns in case, like I before that I want to make a perception check to see if I'm being followed. Which I would have liked if this was my other one. This is a 20. 22.
You do not appear to be being followed.
Okay. After I make sure I'm not being followed, I head back to the Four Horned Inn.
You re-arrive at the Four Horned Inn, and the music is playing again, and lobby seems to be filling up once more.
Do I see Moxie at all?
Yeah, she's at the bar helping some customers.
I try to make eye contact with Moxie. And I'd like to do a sense motive. I want to see if she's pissed off at me or how she's feeling when she sees me.
Poor tiefling.
Yeah. But I go up to the bar. But my sense motive is shit. 12.
Hard to say. She's chatting up folks, but you don't detect anything out of the ordinary with her. But as soon as she is done serving them, she comes over to you. Need a drink, sugar?
I suppose we both may need one.
What makes you say that?
I saw the way couldn't hear what he said, but I saw the way whatever he was saying to you was bothering you.
Not the first time someone's gonna come in here and tried to talk tough. All the same, I think you're the one that should be worried. Seems he's asking questions about a dark elf in the area.
I look at her and I go, good thing there's a lot of us around, huh? I'm clearly being sarcastic. I'm trying to make a joke.
Just so. I'd try and keep out of sight if I were you. I told him that I hadn't seen anybody, but men like that don't take no easily.
You know, the last thing I want to do is cause you problems, Moxie.
Trouble always comes knocking.
I'll see if we can take care of it. Thank you. I buy a drink and I pay at least double for the drink.
No problem, sugar. I look after my best customers.
How much do I owe you? Ian.
And throw a couple gold on the counter and she'll be fine.
Okay. I'm throwing 4 gold down.
She scoops it up.
I take my drink and I head to the table. So I assume you saw our new friend
What was that about? Where were you?
outside waiting to ambush him.
Which was probably for the best because he was asking about all 3 of us.
I figured when I couldn't hear much of what he was saying, but as soon as I heard the word drow, I knew it would be bad for him to see me with you guys.
Might have gotten him off our tails for now, but I do not know. And he
Did he say where he was from? He didn't look very reputable.
He clearly said the Nether Leaves.
The what?
No, he said this Xarni.
This is sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Shit.
Think.
They're pissed about Zography. Zography worked for him.
Yep. As much as I wanted to pick a fight, I have no mood for a fight right now.
Well, I didn't hear any screaming, and he clearly left without starting a fight, so good holding your own. I tried to follow him, and I ended up losing him. I was hoping maybe we could strike back towards his place.
One way or another, we're gonna have to deal with that in the end anyway. At this point now.
Well, at any rate, he doesn't seem like a girl, so I don't think he'd lead us to the Tower Girls.
No, he works for the Skazarni.
Yeah, but aren't the Tower Girls the Xarni gang? Among others.
Wait, Ian, are all the games Skazarni?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, no, when Sheila told you early on
Oh
that
my fucking
there
god.
were a number of Xarni
Action.
gangs that Natalia
Okay.
could have been
We
involved with.
we pissed off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other gangs.
Oops. When the murder hobing accidentally bites you in the ass.
Holy fuck.
Oops.
This is so much worse than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, this is funny though.
I thought maybe trouble with the guards. Shit.
The mob has ways of solving its own problems.
Fun. Which means we need to watch our steps very carefully now.
We just leave town.
You know,
Look.
fuck this. Sorry, Sheila. Not worth it.
Well, oh my god, that beeping. Can you guys hear that? Yeah, okay,
No, I
it
don't hear
stopped.
anything.
It's something.
It's a car from my end.
Okay, there was like some annoying beeping that started happening.
Yeah,
you're
hearing some car.
But we systematically take out every gang.
We're gonna clean these mean streets.
Shit. my mind is drawing a complete blank.
The rest of the evening does appear to be it's passing normally. Like as it gets later, people start thinning out of the tavern, obviously.
For a +3 in intelligence, I can't think. I just drink as I'm trying to come up with a plan to deal with the situation we're in.
Well, we know she's involved with one of the gangs, and the fact that they're all under one banner makes this a little more problematic. We're already on shit lists with all of them now.
Well, we were going to be in the shit list no matter what, as soon as we messed
Yeah.
with one of them.
Well, and remember that the gangs themselves are not necessarily the higher ups.
Like sub factions and shit.
Yeah, I mean the Skazarni
So
run the gangs, but the individual gangs probably have their own members, initiate rights, like, and so on and so forth. They're
Yeah.
just bankrolled or backed up by the greater Skazarni crime family.
Okay. Let's try the diplomatic approach before we have to get our hands bloodied again.
you want to
It
try to
sounds like-
negotiate with the Skazarni?
No. I hit things. I get violent. Diplomacy is usually not my forte.
I want to talk with my fist.
Right now, we have 5 gangs potentially on the shit list of.
Oh, are
The
the
higher-
Nidalee slavers also a part of the syndicate? Or are they different?
No, these
They're
would be slavers from Nidal.
I don't
Okay.
know what Nidal is.
It's a place.
Okay,
It's a country.
cool.
Yep.
I just said a random word, so.
Yes, it is. It is a nation, so a goodly ways to the east and north.
Okay. Should I do like a knowledge geography to maybe know where this place is or know of it?
I mean, if Magnamar is L.A., it's like over in the fucking Lake Michigan area.
Okay. But I should probably describe more of the reason. I would like to do this check so I can, because if we're going to look for the Nidalee slavers, we probably need to know if they have any particular clothing or ways that they talk to try to distinguish them.
Well, you know, they speak Nidalese. They picture fucking classic Hungarian sort of garb.
Okay.
At any rate, the closest thing you have to a lead regarding the Nidalee slavers is that people have been disappearing around several areas, such as, um, uh, let's see, where do they recommend? Um, Oh, yeah. That most of the disappearances have been around the waterfront. So Beacons Point, the Dockway, Underbridge, um, which is one of the locations in the shade. That sort of area.
Okay. So we're going to the shade regardless. So
Yeah.
It would be from where you guys are located, you would hit Beacon Point, the Dockways, and then the Underbridge.
okay. So I feel like we have a plan of attack for tomorrow.
More or less, yeah.
And we go at night. Please. I guess we could go during the day, so they're maybe less likely to start a fight.
Like scoping it out at this point might be best.
Okay. Do we still want to talk to the guards? Or should we just go straight to the shade?
Because we know Natalie.
Natalia.
Natalia
yeah. My brain wants to say Natalie.
Van Gaskerkin.
Yeah.
Yep. Natalia Van Gaskerkin.
So she's either interacted with the Tower Girls or the Nidalee Slavers, so those are our two leads. In my notes, I have Tower Girls might know where Natalia is. Big if on the might.
Honestly, I'd rather deal with shady people than I would like to try to deal with guards. Most law-abiding citizens don't like me. I will be honest with you.
Well, at least with shady people, you know they're going to be they're going to be honest about being dishonest.
It's the honest ones you have to be
Honestly.
worried about. You don't know when they're going to do something stupid.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna go get some more rest.
Niana shortly finishes her drink and goes to rest as well.
I'm going to stay down at the bar for a little bit longer and just kind of people watch.
As the others go to bed, you hang out for another hour or two.
Yeah.
But nothing out of the ordinary arises.
Okay. Nothing's piquing my out of time brain, so I drag my sore ass back to bed to my corner.
Alright. You curl up in your well loved corner of the room and get some rest. Everybody recovers an additional hit point, and
I had you put in your bed, by the way, so you had woken up in a bed. Just to let you know.
Yeah, but I don't like it. It feels weird.
Okay, I tried.
No, you did fine.
Still too soft for you. You have trouble sleeping.
Yep. Barring a little bit of PTSD moments from soldiers who are notorious for not sleeping in their own beds. And I would understood prisoners would not have the most comfortable of beds in prison.
You didn't have a bed.
Exactly.
What's a bed?
My bed was the ground.
You passed out on the ground when you were too tired to exist.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
But yeah, you guys fall asleep and everything's generally okay. You guys had a watch?
Huh? Well, we're in different rooms. I don't know how we could do a watch.
Yeah, I was just fucking with you.
It's like, are we going to huddle in one room?
You have been visited.
Snuggle party.
Snuggle party?
What?
Is that what you said?
No.
Did you want to snuggle? So you're okay. The next after our rest, I go to Zolthar first to give him some more healing.
You just find me curled in a corner on the ground.
Okay.
The question is, do you announce your presence into the room?
Well, obviously, I'm not just gonna be like, fucking hey, like. I probably knock, and then I open the door.
Yeah, you find me just sitting up now at this point, looking like death still.
Come here, or don't move. More like it. 5 points of healing.
5 points. Okay. Okay, that puts me a little more favorable. 8 out of 13. Feel a little bit better. More willing to pick a fight, but let's see if we can try to stay under cover for now.
Stop being a giant orc and maybe people will stop picking fights.
Stop being a draw. We can have this conversation again. How about that?
Solid burn.
You should speak.
What the hell does that mean? Was there something wrong with the way I look?
No, I find you a very proud-looking kobold. Just saying that you stick out like a sore thumb, just like the rest of us.
True, not many of them around here.
Unfortunately, no. Well, there is the ones that live underground, but most people don't even think they actually exist. Right.
The joys of urban legends.
Oh, you wouldn't happen to know them, would you?
No, what?
Oh.
Wait, what'd you say?
Who's directed at?
Who are we talking about?
Okay, never mind. You haven't heard of them then.
Wait, who?
I don't know who
I
that
didn't
directed
hear
at.
you. Who are we talking about?
I was talking to Nero.
Oh, my
What?
bad.
Yes, who are you asking Nero about?
The sewer dragons.
Oh. The who?
An urban legend, possibly an urban legend, of a kobold tribe that lives in the sewers.
Out of character Sam, they live in the sewers of Absalom, not Magnamar.
Oh, was that Absalom?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Oops.
bad. Never mind. I thought it was being cool. This conversation never happened. I go downstairs and I eat. No, as we go down and we decide to eat some late night breakfast, I talk about in my studies I had heard of a band of kobolds that had lived in the sewers of an ancient city.
Oh.
Not sure how much that's helpful to us at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to live in a sewer.
I'm sorry if my regalian of historic entities may be boring. I don't socialize very often.
You at least socialized.
This is the most socialization I've had in almost 50 years.
Well, you gotta get out more. I mean, lots of people.
How many of them spit on you?
I'm gonna go get a beer.
Did this turn into who won up the cringe? Or no, who wants up the dark backstory?
He hops off and goes to get an ale.
You shouldn't take it personally. We all get spit on. I have a -1 in wisdom. Sometimes I say things that may not be the most polite.
You're not the only one.
Well, I mean, that'd be more like a charisma thing. You just don't necessarily have common sense.
You're not anorak socially retarded.
You know what? I am not good with playing low wisdom characters. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
But eventually Nero comes back with a beer, and he drinks it.
We're going to the slavers first, or the tower girls first.
They're essentially in the same area.
Wait, we don't know where the tower girls are.
I thought there was rumors that they might be in the shade.
No,
The slavers are
the slavers.
Oh yeah,
You guys
yeah.
have
We're
no
just
idea
going.
where the tower girls are.
Oh, I made a mistake.
Oh, we can attempt to ask somebody.
Well,
we
let's
can
just go on a lead that we actually have.
Yeah. Maybe we can ask them if we get a chance to beat it out of somebody. We'll find out.
Nero looks pleased at that prospect.
Please, that what?
Beating
About-
information out of somebody.
Exactly.
Well,
Well,
in any...
whenever you guys are ready, Kodo and I are ready.
Oh, I keep forgetting you have a small, scaly friend of your own.
How could you forget about him? He's so cute.
Oh, now that I'm remembering it. The Nidalee, or how do you say it?
Nidalee
Nidalee?
Slaver. Like Nidalee, think as in like Nidalee from League of Legends.
Syndicate.
Skazarni?
Skazarni, yeah. Apparently, the Skazarni has a bounty on our 3 descriptions' heads, either alive or dead. Per words of that hobgoblin individual.
Well, there's not much about it we could do right now unless we want to actually meet with the head of Skazarni.
Well, the other question is if they had a hand in Natalia's disappearance as well, but who knows?
Do you want
It's
to
a
go
lot.
see the heads of one of the largest crime organizations in Magnamar?
In Varisia.
In Varisia?
At the current moment, no.
Good. I don't either.
I'm just letting you know.
Well, if you guys are done having your chit-chats, we should get going.
Nero goes and puts on his sword and such.
I slide my stolen Morning Star and just the crook of whatever makeshift belt I have.
Ready.
Yeah, I get ready as well, and I wait for everybody at the door.
Nero's there.
Alright.
I follow.
Let's go! I keep my
Okay,
head up.
which of the 3 areas do you want to go check out first?
Maybe not the docks.
No, let's go to the shade.
Okay, you proceed across town. You do pass both the path to Beacon's Point, and you go very close to the docks, but you skip past it to the shade. Everywhere around you are small, rundown buildings, barely patched with stucco, roofs with holes. You see a number of needy people who would typically be reaching out for alms, but shy away when you guys come walking past.
I don't pay too much mind at it. but I would like to try to use diplomacy to start asking around if anybody's heard anything about people disappearing.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check.
I am not well liked. 12. Wait, no, it's slightly higher than that. 16. I was looking at my perception.
As you are kind of trying to coax information out of people, you see an elderly guy. He's got like a rag kind of tied around his head, like he might have lost an eye, and it's kind of like pulled over one of them, and he goes, "Hey, hey, you."
I come over to him.
You're asking about the people who've been disappearing, right?
Correct.
I heard a rumor that there's a group of people operating out of a warehouse in the docks. They've been taking people. In fact, I might even know when the next pickup might be.
I would be willing to make it worth your while for such information.
Look, I didn't hear much. I just heard a couple of guys talking about midnight at the Puffy Pelican.
I don't actually laugh at that.
Right.
These hardcore like slave traders meeting at the Puffy Pelican.
Hey,
The
you gotta have a
Puffy
front.
Pelican.
Gotta have a front.
It's essentially meeting at the Weenie Hut Jr.
It's the last place you'd ever fucking look.
I know, it's so
If I
funny.
was a mob boss, I would totally have a front called the Weenie Hut Junior. Totally.
It's a tavern that, well, it hasn't been used for a long time, but I've heard noises in there. See people go in and not come back out.
Best information we can get at this point.
I ask him for just like a general direction to the Puffy Pelican.
It's in the dockway, not far from the shore. It's run down. You'll see the faded painting of a fat pelican on the facade. On the facade. And the back, it's half collapsed.
Interesting.
Hangs right over the high tide mark. You can't miss it as long as you go to the shore.
Thank you. I place a gold piece in his hand.
Oh, many thanks. Many thanks. Hey, do you need to know about anything else?
Ever heard of a gang called the Tower Girls?
Tower Girls. Nobody like that here in the shade. Don't suppose you got any pests on you?
No, unfortunately, I do not have such a substance. But
Sure.
if I were to give you another shiny piece, would you be willing to keep your ears open for me if you hear anything regarding the Tower Girls or a woman by the name of Van Gaskerkin?
Yeah, sure. I'll totally keep my ears open for you.
I place another gold in his hand.
Thanks. Thank you.
And I follow the guy's directions.
Well, he did say something about midnight, and it is definitely not midnight. It is during the day.
Well, I'm like, I just want to make my way to the area so I'm familiar with it.
Oh, okay.
I want to like scout it out.
Yeah, you got it. You proceed back along the Magnamar coast to the area indicated, and it's pretty easy to spot once you're in the area. there's a run-down tavern. You can see the faded painting on the front of the building. And you see that it looks like it used to have a balcony or a wooden deck that has long since rotted into soggy planks sticking out of the back. Your first glance reveals nothing out of the ordinary. The tavern looks abandoned.
Okay. And do a perception check. I also want to kind of be stealthy as I'm doing this. I don't want to draw a lot of attention to myself. A natural 20 for my perception, and a 17 for my stealth.
Okay. You creep around the building, kind of glancing at places. You peek between boarded up windows, but your investigation yields nothing. However, you do feel as if you're able to do it without having been noticed.
Okay. I come back to my compatriots. It just seems like a normal place for now, but I guess we'll have to wait until midnight.
Just be the rambling whims of a addict, but I will agree. There's probably more to this than we don't know.
Addicts are useful. Most people disregard them and will talk about just about anything in front of them, thinking that nobody would dare believe somebody that's rambling and crazy things.
I hear you saw a drow and an orc and a kobold. Where's my fish?
Exactly.
But it depends on whose ears that it's going to fall onto is now the question. The common folk probably won't believe him. But the others might. So let's still be on our guard.
What do you guys want to? My plan is to like come back here at midnight. Do you guys want? Do you guys want to do anything else?
I'm in a city I have no memory of.
That's not even that. Like, is there anything you want to do?
I can't think of anything for him. That's the thing. He doesn't know where. Well, information-wise, yeah, but he doesn't know where to start. That's the problem. Actually,
You know, you could also start asking people about your family.
depends if they remember him.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're that desperate to find out like stuff about your family, like, wouldn't you, like, if we're having to wait however many hours, wouldn't you be interested in maybe talking to other people about it, like see if they've ever heard of something like that?
I think how to go about that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to push. Like,
No,
I feel like I'm leading a lot, and I feel bad. I feel like I'm taking over the
I'm
campaign.
playing to a character that hasn't been in this town for 20 years. And trying to figure out how to really play it. So no, you're good.
Well, think of it like this: how desperate is Zulthar to find his family?
Knowing that his child is alive, probably pretty desperate at this point, but not sure how to go about it. He would. We're pretty far from where he, quote unquote, used to live.
We've got hours.
How long? Okay, it is daytime.
It's not daytime.
Oh,
No, we don't go out during the day.
You said you wanted to get up in the morning and do stuff. Remember, not 4 p.m., 4 in the morning?
No, if we were gonna go see the guards, yeah. Okay, we're having miscommunication. We're not talking.
well, I think we scouted out the area mostly just to kind of get a lay of the land, of course. That's definitely something very much daytime because less likely for
Yeah,
people to find crap.
I indicated that it was day when you were out because
Yeah,
that's
okay.
what
That's
you
my fault
indicated to
then.
me.
Yeah, it's less likely for people to cause problems in the middle of the day. Well, granted, we did. Well, if we got time to kill, there's somewhere I kind of want to look. I don't know if it's still standing or if anything is there. I kind of want to go back to where I used to live.
I don't see why not.
I don't think I don't know. It's been so long, so I don't know if anything's still there. But
Well, I guess we won't know until we look, and we have time to kill.
even after 20 years, that area of where outsiders normally would live would still be there, I would assume, and it hasn't really changed places.
You guys haven't been over to that area yet, but it's still a zone for the disenfranchised and
Yeah.
the so on.
Yeah. That's the
Is
last.
that where you were going?
Yeah, that's the last place Zool remembers.
Okay. You begin to cross town back the other way, and
Wait,
you
Zatara and his
approach.
mother lived in the shade.
Is it the shade?
Yeah. That's why her murder went like
It was in the
investigated.
shade. Okay, okay. For
Yeah.
some reason, I thought it was in the other one.
No, they after you were thought to be dead.
Okay, it was the shade then.
Like, yeah.
For some reason, my brain was thinking the disenfranchised area. No, if it was shade, it was shade then.
Well, it's not that. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Ian, but that other area isn't disenfranchised. Like, it's not as nice as some of the upper areas, but it's like it maybe is a more poorer area, but it's not like the shade is.
No, but it's there for a lot of the minorities and non-human places.
But yeah.
Well, if the story was shade wise, yeah, definitely shade.
Or maybe they moved to the shade after you disappeared because they couldn't afford to live in that other area.
Makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, it would make sense we go to that area.
Go to the last place I remember then. Let's see how well I remember.
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
Wow. I rolled a 19. Base 19.
It's in a way, it's almost like you've never left. Like your feet, you find your feet leading you down old streets whose names you remember, but whose appearance is quite dissimilar to the way it looked. Back when you had first moved here with Toma, the area was poor, but not necessarily destitute. Now that you're in the shade in the underbridge, you see how bad it's gotten. There are people openly begging in the streets like the guy you saw. Everything's still kind of run down. But you make your way to an older portion, and eventually you find the small hut that you once shared with Toma and your son Zatar. It's built into the wall of the cliff, like the upper area that goes to um the upper, like the step that consists of like the Alabaster district and all the nice areas. At the bottom under the bridge where it's lowest, your hut, sort of like an adobe thing built into the wall or built against the wall of that. And as you arrive, you see a little boy playing outside in the dirt who looks up at you guys. Mom? He runs inside the hut.
Is it a human child?
Mm-hmm.
I don't press forward, but just kind of stare for a moment at the place, just reminiscing. Kind of not noticing the child that was there, because I was just kind of lost in my own head until I heard the child speak.
Yeah, as the child gets up and runs in, you're taken aback by a fleeting memory of watching young Zatar running around in his swaddling clothes on um, that very same front yard area.
I slowly, not threateningly or attempting to not be intimidating, kind of hard when you're scarred up in a orc, and kind of go tap on the ramshackle door.
You knock lightly on it, and a woman, a very bedraggled woman, opens the door. Her ratty hair is tied back in a handkerchief, and she's cradling the small boy in her arms. What do you want?
I was just curious of what happened to the last occupants of this home.
Don't know. Been abandoned for years now. It was empty when I came.
When was that?
About 15 years. Back when I still had my husband.
Nothing left behind or anything of the sort when you took over this domicile?
It's the shade. Anything that's not nailed down often disappears. Even the stuff that is nailed down sometimes disappears.
Thank you. I just kind of give her a nod and kind of turn and walk away.
I
Um,
before the lady goes away, can I ask her a quick question?
Sure.
Sounds like you've lived here a while. Do you ever heard anything like a female human and a orcish child?
No, nothing like that. But there is. Well, you could try old Elorio. She's been here for a long time.
Where might we find her?
Towards the shore a little more. About a block away. She's lived in the area for a long time, 50 years or so.
Thank you for your kindness. I'd like to hand her a gold piece.
Oh, mercy be, may the gods grace you in your generosity.
I awkwardly nod and, or I guess I don't awkwardly nod, but I kind of give her a quick nod and I nod to the others to we should probably go to that place that she suggested. Niana is uncomfy.
Yeah, you guys exit the area and it's not far, but you eventually see a ramshackle house with what looks like ruined fishing line or fishing nets with various shells and driftwood kind of sewn, like tangled up into them. It's like dangling off a porch.
Go up to the door and knock.
Who's there?
Someone you may have answers for. Hopefully.
I don't know much about that. But if you come in peace, you can come in.
I push open the door, probably having to duck a little bit.
Yes, it's a small door.
I probably having to slouch to get through.
There's more than one of you.
We were told you may may have answers regarding a couple people from about 15 years ago.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you, but I haven't seen anyone in 30 years. She turns to face the sound of your voice, and you see that her eyes are milky gray.
Honestly, Zolthar, maybe names?
I'm sorry, I'm getting there. Fuck.
She's clearly blind. It's quite insensitive of you. I'm actually like, there's a, you
So
can
is
see it. You can
talking
see
about people.
huh?
So is talking about people when you're right in front of them.
Are you familiar with the names? With the name Toma Imala? Would
Oh
say she.
my. No, I can't say that I have. What are you looking for exactly? Your voice doesn't sound human.
Because it's not. I seek my family, or at least half of it. Hoping to find information regarding this woman, the Shawanti woman, and my child, who would be a half orc. They were last seen here. I last saw them here many years ago.
I don't remember ever meeting anyone like that. But you said 15 years ago or so?
Probably a little more before I was forcefully removed from this area. Yes.
Hmm. Well, I recall about 20 years ago, there was a series of murders. I remember hearing about a particularly grisly one. A wife. They blamed the husband. An orc.
I raise an eyebrow at Zolthar.
You visibly see a hand clenching tight. I failed my attempting at hiding that.
Of course, those of us in the shade know that there are worse things than orcs. They say a killer wasn't natural. They say it was the Shadow Man.
Any other information regarding this Shadow Man?
Only what I hear, and what I hear isn't much. Dangerous, powerful individual. No one has seen their face, only the handiwork they leave behind.
Ian, can I do a knowledge check on the name Shadow Man? You said it was
Yeah,
unnatural.
what do you want to?
I want to know if I've heard of that name before. Like if it may be like either like knowledge local or knowledge history or something like that. Um,
I'll accept a knowledge local.
15.
You've heard it once or twice in the lower areas. Seems that it's hard to verify. There may have been an individual or individuals claiming to be the Shadow Man. A number of grisly and unsolved murders have been attributed. Um, you have generally always thought that it was more like one of those boogeyman stories, like that children in the shade tell their, or parents in the shade in nearby areas tell their children, don't be bad or the Shadow Man will come get you.
But isn't the Shadow Man a child's story?
Who's to say? people attribute all manner of unseemly things to ghosts, spirits, and worse. But I tell you, no one survives a meeting with the Shadow Man. And that's what makes me believe it the most.
I appreciate you for the information. Thank you. Regarding that, you see him kind of not want to say the incident. Any information regarding a child that woman may have had?
There was a boy, maybe about that age, who used to scrounge for scraps. Sometimes, back when I could still hold a net, I'd give him a fish, but I haven't seen him for some time. Life is hard in the shade. He was picked up, I think, taken by the guards.
Thank you. I apologize for disturbing you today. As he kind of, his head sinks a little bit and he kind of turns to walk out the house.
We appreciate your time. I play. this is why the only reason my charisma is actually good is I just give people money. I put a gold piece in her hand.
Bribe everyone.
Yeah,
You're the one with the gold. I have nothing.
I place a gold piece in her hand.
My word. This is a heavy coin.
A heavy coin for a heavy heart, I suppose.
A heart lifted by conversation. It's pleasing to hear voices.
Maybe
I
we'll
wish
come
you,
again. Hmm?
I wish you good luck in your search.
Thank you, ma'am. I leave. I might want to go visit this lady again. I just like her. I don't know what it is. She's just like an old lady, but I like her.
It's an old crone with stories.
Hey, as an archaeologist, I appreciate
stuff.
lore and stories.
How well do I rein in my attempt to want to break a barrel in front of me?
Give me a will save.
I just rolled a nat 20.
You iron hold.
You
that fist is clenched tight.
actually, no, kind of the opposite. You walk outside feeling more dead than ever.
Oh.
Especially at the words, the child taken by guards.
You know all too well what corrupt guards can do.
I rolled a natural 20 on my sense motive.
Wait, so he nat 20'd his bluff and you nat 20'd your sense motive?
Yeah.
What's your total amount? Do you beat my 3?
Sense motive is a plus. Is a +3.
You stare at Zulthar and his impassive features.
Because my bluff would be a 23.
Mine would also be a 23.
You sense that there's more going on beneath the surface, but you have no idea what it is.
Well, hey, I guess that's a lead. Maybe not the one you were hoping for, but...
No, it was not. But at least I got a name to start.
The Shadow Man. Are you kidding me? The Shadows Man is a child story. Something that they tell children to make them behave and go to sleep.
there's more to it than you think.
What does that mean?
I don't know if it's the same person, the one that threw my ass in the fucking hells. I don't know, but I know who was on my list of wringing their necks is already dead. This is the next lead I have. This is the next best lead I have. Then
Well, do what you want. It's your family. But honestly, the Shadow Man is more legend than anything. Nobody's been able to prove it because, ooh, you die if you see him. Convenient.
as most legends are. Ever heard anybody leaving the hells?
I don't generally associate anyone with that are in the hills, so I can't tell you if that's a yes or no.
General consensus is most people who go down there don't leave.
Not without leaving the plane at the same time.
Yep. So even with legends, sometimes they have a ring of truth to them. Sometimes they don't. But it's a lead nonetheless.
Hey, if the guards don't hate us too much, maybe we can ask them about something like that. See if we can find a veteran of sorts.
Might be able to find someone. One of the older ones at the guardhouse, maybe, but depends if they'll let me in there to talk to him. I highly doubt it.
We're going to take a minor break here for a second. I'm going to go use the restroom.
No worries.
Okie dokie. I need some more water anyways.
You need a what?
Water?
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. I'm back.
Welcome back. Yeah, I'm not used to playing a character that's actually actively looking for information.
Oh, for sure. I'm sorry if I'm being pushy. Like,
No, you're good. It's getting me out of a zone I'm not familiar, out of his comfort zone into something I'm not familiar with.
is this a
No, I
three-headed
appreciate the
T-Rex card?
Huh?
Oh my god. Ian bought a bunch of cards because he's making a deck for his brother. And he's making a dinosaur deck, and he's literally handed me this one that's called Zakama Primal Calamity. It's a 9/9 9 mana summon, and it's a T-Rex with 3 heads.
What is this? Dino Cerebus? What the hell?
It's an elder dinosaur.
Oh god.
It's a 9/9 with vigilance, trample, and reach.
Yep, that sounds like a green creature. Green red?
Green, red, and white.
Yep, that's Dino. That's for sure.
When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap all lands you control.
Oh god.
And then it just has like a bunch of other stuff it could do. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm bringing my friend of mine's first deck out to her in March when I go to Oklahoma. So I'll be teaching her how to play. It will be her first commander deck.
Nice. What
I
kind of
got
deck
her
are you
the-
making?
I actually bought one of the pre-mades just to make it easy to start with. It was the green black Witherbloom Witchcraft. I basically just told her pick 2 colors, and I'll go find it. And I told her the name of it, and because she's kind of a witch in training ish, she's like, it has witchcraft. I'll take it. Like, okay. Plus, green black's easy to really learn on. And I bought myself another commander deck just for myself to learn on when I go out to see her. I bought the Strixhaven, one of the Strixhaven decks. It's a white black. Yeah, it's a white black one.
The silver quill.
Yes,
deck.
that one. Yeah, I bought that one just to test out because I have my other triple color commander deck, which is my ageless giant creature thing. Where I gain 2 health while he's in the command zone.
Mm-hmm.
Every turn.
Commanders that do stuff while they're in the command zone are very tits.
Oh, he is the lazy commander. He doesn't have to leave the command zone, which is great. But that entire deck's built around just life gain. I've gotten up to 100 life.
But
I like it. It's a fun deck.
also, I need to say this before I forget it, but hilariously enough, Markiplier is trending on Twitter right now for his Pokemon Smash or Pass video that he released today. The internet has exploded.
I'm sure it did. Especially when almighty Markiplier releases a video such as that.
And at the very end of it, he's like, no, I will not be taking any questions, or nor will I be answering any. And no, I will not explain myself.
There's no reason to explain itself. Just enjoy the entertainment while it's there. Pretty much how that works.
Yeah.
Okay, so where to next, guys?
About what time is it now?
Assuming you guys left around midday or early afternoon, it is probably by this time approaching evening.
Maybe we get something to eat and then head over to the area and what's the word I'm looking for?
Takeout.
Yeah, have a stakeout.
Get some takeout and then have a stakeout.
Takeout at the stakeout.
Okay. You guys pick up some food in the Keystone at the market, and eventually you make your way to the dockway and stake out the puffy pelican. Are you guys attempting to conceal your location while you're staking it out?
I
Hell
would
yes.
assume so.
Not well though.
I actually rolled well.
Oh, thank God. I rolled a natural 1, which I don't even know how I can do when it's getting to be darker.
I have a -5 to stealth, and I rolled a 17 -5.
Okay. Some of
Oh.
you are more concealed than others when you watch this place. But as midnight rolls around, give me perception checks.
Right. Where were these rolls earlier? That's a 22.
Okay.
19 for me.
Okay, and that's a 16 for Nero. So say yours again. Zoltar, what was it?
22.
22.
19
Okay.
plus-
Zoltar, you're the first one to notice, but around midnight, the stars are high in the sky, and you see what appears to be a light on inside the tavern. Perhaps the dim light of a hooded lantern.
It seems our little addict was right. And I'm whispering this to the other two. There's a lantern on inside.
I look at
Niana,
what he's
you
doing.
also see this once he points it out.
Figure we should say hello.
He did say that people would be going in. Do we want to wait till such occurrence happens? Or do we wish to wait a little longer?
Well, he said that in the past, people have gone in but not come out.
Okay. Well, better now than never, then I guess. Because if people go in and don't come out, that's kind of a problem for us.
I would like to stealth.
I will
Okay.
make an
I am not
attempt.
stealthing well.
I'll make an attempt. That's a 5.
Mine's a 12.
Nice.
I have a -5.
You guys have lost track of where Nero is because he's way stealthier than you guys.
Of course
You know,
we
he's
did.
small. He gets into places. Good for thieving. But yeah, I guess we approach.
Okay. The door and windows are all boarded up in the front of the Puffy Pelican.
And the back is collapsed.
The back deck has been collapsed. But if you proceed around the back, you see that there are no boards on those windows up there. Presumably because originally the deck was standing, but since it is no more, it would take some complicated climbing to get up there.
I would like to attempt to climb up there.
Okay, give me a climb check.
17?
Yep. You're able to. It's honestly not too hard. A lot of the collapsed planks make sort of a weird crooked ladder almost coming up.
What do I see when I climb up to this window?
You see a light meandering through the tavern, through the dusty window.
Well, I have dark vision, so
Give me a perception check.
hey, that's not bad. 23.
It's still difficult to see through the dirty window and through the cobwebs. Even though you have dark vision, you are looking at a light. It seems to go in and out as it maneuvers through various rooms and behind tables and chairs and things like that. Busted up bits of things, detritus.
I guess when it's not in this room, because I'm assuming this is a window to a room.
Yeah, it's a window looking in on the main tavern chamber.
I would like to attempt to open the window.
Okay, Zolthar, what are you doing while Niana's doing all this?
That's gonna be a weird ass climb for me. There doesn't appear to be any other. You said the windows were boarded up on the ground floor.
The windows and door in front are boarded up. The deck in the back, or what used to be the deck in the back, the doors and windows are not boarded up.
Promise that's a floor up.
It's not a floor up. This is built so that the deck would be out over the water.
Okay, so it's just a really weird climbing over.
Yeah, you could easily climb up the timbers the same way Niana did. There's no reason why she could do it and you couldn't.
Okay. Yeah. I'll follow suit.
Give me a climb check.
That's a 14.
Sorry, covering up a nasty shit from the cat. Yeah, you make it up.
All right.
And Nero is slowly following you guys. It appears he didn't quite make it the first time, probably because the timbers are a little too far away for him. But eventually he kind of gets it right, and he's up there with you. Okay, Niana, you said you were doing something after you were looking?
I'm trying to open the window.
Oh, okay. You managed to open it. It resists at first as the crust of ages begin to break free, but eventually you open it and there's a cloud of dust that
By the way, that's
erupts
an
in your-
amazing band name.
crust of dust,
Crust of Ages.
crust of ages. it's my old band.
Crust of Ages. But yeah, I would like to. What do I see now that I have this window open?
More or less the same as before. You see a dark, a very dark and very dusty tavern. There's not much in the way of furniture, and the few bits that are left are broken and disheveled, tipped over, covered in cobwebs.
I would like to slip on into this creepy ass house. Or I
Okay.
guess tavern. Run
Yes.
down tavern.
You slip through the window into the tavern.
Do you want me to do a fresh perception check?
You can if you like.
Because I want to figure out where the light is now, or with the person with the light. Can I keep my old one? 13.
You see a dim glow from a back door, something that might have led into a kitchen or a pantry or something like that.
God, something
Zolthar,
does
what are you
not
doing?
feel right.
She got the window open, so I'd be following right behind her.
Okay, and Nero follows in behind you.
I guess looking around as well. Do we see where do we get any sort of indication if the light's still below us or no?
Give me a perception. You can give me a perception check as well. The light was never below you. This is a single-story building.
Oh, okay. That's going to be a 12.
You also see what what looks like a faint glow coming from a back portion of the tavern.
I assume that's where we're going.
As you guys creep across the floor towards the back room, you hear the sound of footsteps and arcane words being spoken. Roll for initiative, please.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, what happened?
You hear arcane words being spoken, and you hear footsteps.
I
Was
think
that
we
me
got
that heard that,
spotted.
or who was that heard that?
Everybody heard it because you're all standing together.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Initiative. I rolled a fucking low number.
11.
That's a 1.
Total?
I rolled a 2 minus 1.
Okay. And done. Yes. As you guys proceed across the middle of the tavern floor, you hear a rush of footsteps from nowhere, and you hear arcane words, and all of a sudden, a brilliant blast of rainbow light catches you all dead in the face. I'm gonna hook up this camera, and we're gonna get a fight going on.
Uh-oh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, by the way, everyone make will saves, but don't tell me them just yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm not making mine. Mine was a 6.
He rolled a 1.
Oh my god. Well, that's not good.
You don't say.
As the wash of color rushes over you, Nero also needs to make a will save. And thank fucking Christ one of them did. But the spray of colors washes over you. And you guys don't do well. What the hell does it happen? Neither of you make your save, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, with a 6? I didn't think so.
That was a 1.
Let me guess. Are we permanently blinded?
No, you are. Fuck. You are blinded and stunned and unconscious for
Oh.
7 rounds.
Oh my god.
I will start making a new character.
Well, fortunately, Nero is not. However, just before you guys lose consciousness, you see a glimpse of a ratty, like appearing from nowhere, a ratty man with a self-inflicted haircut.
He doesn't look like the dude that I gave money to, was it?
No, he is a thin man with a weak chin and a ratty, self-inflicted haircut. He wears once fine noble's clothes, and you see a wickedly curved dagger in his hand.
Oh,
But that's all you see before you black out.
that is going in my throat.
Oh, fuck.
And since both of my both of my players are knocked out. I'm not gonna tell you guys what happens. However,
I guess just let
me
me know if we need to make saving death throws.
give me 1 sec. I need to see. Give me constitution checks.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit.
My
That's gonna be a 19.
my first one is 6.
Your first one. I
You
only
said
asked
you
you
said
one.
you said checks.
As in there are two of you.
Oh
Ergo,
yeah,
plural.
no, I didn't make my save.
I rolled a 19.
Zolthar, you wake up
Okay.
dimly at first. Everything is dark around you. You feel ropes binding your hands and feet.
Okay.
As you shift, you feel weight attached to you. And you kind of glance backwards and you see Nienna tied back to you. And she is unconscious.
I'm gonna headbutt her to wake her up.
You jerk your head backwards and you feel a coconut sound as you bonk. Nienna, you wake up to a really terrible pain in the back of your head.
I probably wake up cursing.
You're a little too groggy, but you do see that you are also tied up. Both of you are tied to a heavy timber, like a piece of roofing timber that has since fallen halfway onto the ground.
What the hell?
We are apparently in a massive shit.
I'd like to look around. Do I see Nero?
No, you do not.
Cool.
What do we see looking around? Because we both have dark vision.
You see the interior of the tavern. You are tied up in there.
And I'm assuming all of our possessions are gone.
Scanning around, you see a heap of what might be your possessions on the other side of the room in the corner. You can give me a knowledge local check, Nienna.
Okay, so we're basically bound to this timber.
20 for my dirty 20 for my knowledge local.
You recognize in the instant before you blacked out, you recognize the ratty man from a wanted poster.
Do I remember what he was wanted for?
Various minor crimes. There's a 100 gold piece bounty the City Watch has put on him.
I would like to. Can I would like, since I am a bard, would I still be able to spellcast?
You are bound, and I think that might force you to make concentration checks. But I
Okay.
do believe that you can. Yeah, your hands are not entirely inhibited. Like,
Because I would like to attempt to cast Mage Hand. What do I need to do for a concentration check?
I am double checking right now. You are counted as pinned, so it's going to be kind of difficult. Give me a roll, and I'll tell you if you're close.
Oh, where'd I put my D20? I just had you there too. Probably not.
What's the total?
Spellcaster check, so my level plus a die roll plus my casting stat, is that correct?
Correct. That's your concentration check.
14.
You're able to.
Are you serious? Wow, I rolled really low.
Yeah, it looks like this guy might not have been able to tie the ropes quite as tightly as he could have. And you are able to cast Mage Hand successfully. You're able to wiggle your hands enough to crook your finger and
Do I see my sword?
you don't immediately see it, but if you use your Mage Hand to start maneuvering some of the pile of stuff, you do see your weapons among them.
Okay.
I'm assuming our hands are bound behind us.
I gotta be honest.
Yes.
Do I see, as I'm manipulating the hand, I'm like initially looking for my sword, but if I find something like a dagger or anything sharp implement like that first, I want to use my mage hand to grab that.
Do you have a dagger?
I had one
Well,
on
no,
me.
you made it sound like it was an innocuous like pile of things.
No, it is specifically a pile of your guys' things.
Okay,
Well, then the dagger we had from earlier would be there.
Yes.
that's true. Because I think the sword might be too heavy for mage hand.
Yes.
But I don't believe a dagger would be. But I want to use my mage hand to grab that dagger and basically bring it back to us.
Okay. You are able to, using the power of magic, levitate the dagger and bring it over to you guys.
I use it to start, at least trying to maneuver to cut Zatar's ropes, or not Zatar, sorry, Zulthar's ropes.
I only
They're
played the
really
Z character.
similar. I'm really trying. I'm sorry.
I played Zatar for 4 years, but you're fine.
Yeah, no, you're able to cut Zatar loose. Or Zulthar. Damn it.
It's not just me.
You're able to cut Zulthar loose.
And I turn around, grab the dagger, and cut her loose. Oh, now I know who I want to break their face in for. Where the fuck is that lizard?
Well, if we kill him, we can collect his reward as well.
It's a bonus. Arrow, where the fuck are you?
He probably left. When you see your two teammates get knocked out, like, what are you gonna do? I go and I gather my stuff. And I keep my sword out.
Gather mine and have the morning star in my hand.
As you go to the pile of stuff, give me a perception check.
What is with this? Oh, that's a 7. Never mind. That's a 10. You know what? You're gonna go to jail. You're being problematic right now.
12.
You think you see a lizard-like tail disappear over the wind. A small, like a tiny tail disappear over the windowsill.
Is that, what is it, Kupo? This little, was that his little buddy?
Possibility. It looked like him, but I could be. I don't know. I can't see the colors.
Kujo, Kupo, Kodo, Copper Toto.
You hear the clicking of nails as Kodo scurries back over the windowsill and looks at you guys.
Kodo, where's your master?
It hangs its head down.
Is it, wait, he's not. Are you serious? I go over to Kodo. Is your master dead?
It scurries out of the window.
Shit.
Might as well follow. See if he's gonna lead us to him.
I want to make sure that slimy, sucking bottom feeder is still here or not, though. If he really did take out the kobold, I'm taking him out. Yeah, I start going through the rest of the house. Do I run into anybody? I'm trying to be perceptive as I do it.
Yeah, give me a perception check. You can also additionally roll me a survival check.
My survival is worse. 11 for my perception.
There are a lot of disturbances in the dust. And you see some dark spots that could be blood.
Shit.
Let's follow.
Oh, no, that would be... Okay, do you want me to roll a separate one for survival?
Yes.
With a -1, it's a 14.
They're in and amongst the scuffle, you see a number of human-sized footprints, as well as what might be some kind of drag mark. Like you see, like large swaths of dust have been disturbed by something being dragged.
Oh, shit, they took him.
Well, let's follow Kodo. See if he knows if he can follow his master's trail.
Where'd it go? Kodo!
Kodo is still waiting outside on the ruins of the deck.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we follow Kodo.
Yeah.
Kodo begins to flap its way across the city, stopping periodically to let you follow. But Kodo is leading you to... He's leading you south.
South?
Let me see where exactly this is. Deeper into Magnamar. Bless you.
Thank you.
You can give me a knowledge local check. To see if you know where you're going.
10. Being level 1 hurts.
This is still part of the dockways, but he leads you to a place that you only know of by name. You believe this is some place called the Bronze House. It's associated with the Aspes Consortium.
What's the Aspes Consortium?
The Aspes Consortium is a large network of traders. They frequently clash with Pathfinders and other societies, but it's a network of, out of character, it's like a network of cutthroat merchants, basically.
I probably sneer a little bit at it. I was like, of course it would be them.
Like, kind of like the Pike Syndicate in Star Wars, only less less drug oriented.
More probably people orientated.
Well, I mean, it's about business. Like, they're just super cutthroat business people. Like the League
Huts.
of Extraordinary Corporate Rulers.
They're like the Huts.
Kind of. They're not like gangsters. They're like viciously powerful CEOs, basically.
Okay.
Like they're a league of merchants who are ostensibly on the level, but who in all realities have corrupt, shady business practices.
Yeah.
Follow me, lead, and hopefully we'll make it out of this alive.
We expecting to get our hands bloody at this point?
No, I'm expecting us to get stabbed in the back before we even know what's happening.
What a joy.
I go into the... I go into the consortium.
You enter the bronze house. As you walk in, it resembles the lobby of a fine hotel. There's a somewhat largish foyer, and there is a person at a desk running various notes and papers through their hands and reading them. They glance up when you arrive. Ah, what do I owe the pleasure?
I actually expect that that people are waiting to see us.
Do you have an appointment?
A kobold was, I believe, dragged into here.
I just we are looking for our friend who is a kobold, who may have been persuaded to come here.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I will attempt to aid because I just tried.
I will take it.
Where the fuck is diplomacy? It's above a 10, so you get it. It's an 18.
Without his help, it's a dirty 20.
The
So
fellow at the
22.
desk
Me too.
looks you up and down. Perhaps I can make some inquiries. Would you be good enough to take a seat? He gestures to a couple of neat stone benches.
That would be most appreciated, thank you.
Of course, the Aspes Consortium is always glad to be of service. He sidles out of a doorway and disappears.
I sit on the bench and I say, if he's not back within 2 minutes, we're breaking into that door.
Just gonna stay standing and just give her a nod.
Do not trust anything they say. They're fucking snakes.
After 1 minute and 59 seconds, the man returns. Followed shortly by another somewhat older man.
Good evening. I leave it open for him to introduce himself.
Greetings. I am Mr. Garon.
A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Garone.
I believe you've come looking for a friend, an unusual friend. A kobold, you say?
That would be correct.
Perhaps it would be better if you followed me.
Of course.
He leads you through the back room, through the doorway into a long hall.
I am fucking tense, by the way. Like, I am, like...
Yes, everyone's footsteps echo hollowly on the stone floor as he leads you past a number of closed doors, all the way back, and he opens a door and gestures to you guys through if you wouldn't mind.
I'd like to look inside the room before I go in it.
Give me a perception check.
A natural 20. I am fucking
appears
just
to be-
hyperware.
It appears to be a large warehouse of some sort. There are a number of crates, barrels, and things stacked about. You do see a couple of benches and tables of some kind, and on them is the still body of a red kobold. There are a number of men in the room as well. You also see a badly beaten figure with a bag over his head, barely kneeling on the floor.
Hey, one more time. What was that guy's name again? The guy-
Which guy?
The guy that
The one-
let us in here.
Mr. Garon.
Mr. Garone. And then, what was the, what was it?
The wanted guy.
Yeah, the wanted guy's name.
His name is Plutovark.
Oh god, Plutovark.
Plutovarch.
Oh, Plutovarch?
Yeah, but it's like a hard CH. Plutovark.
I nod to him and I proceed into the room.
I
Hyper
follow
aware of
after,
everything.
but being a little on guard as well.
He follows behind you and he does close the door, but he doesn't like lock it or bolt it or anything like that. He simply closes it. None of the other men move in any way, but you do hear faint whimpers coming from the man on the floor.
Does the man on the floor look familiar, even with the bag on his head?
You do recognize those ratty noble robes. It's the same outfit of the guy who attacked you.
I look at the other men that are surrounding my friend. I want to try to suss out who looks like is in charge, and I want to address them.
That would be me.
And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
It's the same guy, Mr. Gron.
Oh, I thought he said he left. Oh.
No, he followed you guys into the room and closed the door.
I trust that our friend is still with us.
He is unconscious, but in time I'm sure he will recover. You see, we have unfortunately found ourselves at the crossroads of great misunderstanding. You see, it is not our intent to incite warfare between the Pathfinders and the Consortium. Rivals though we may be, unchecked aggression against our competitors is not sanctioned at this time.
No, I must agree. That is something that I believe we would all like to avoid.
We deeply regret this incident and only seek to rightfully return your friend to his compatriots. And we hope that Miss Hydemark and the rest of the Pathfinders won't hear more about this unfortunate misunderstanding.
Of course.
It seems we had an unsanctioned agent attempting activities on our behalf. As you can see, we are dealing with the problem.
And I trust
I'm gonna get my hands on him myself. Well,
the consortium likes to deal with things in their own manner, as the Pathfinder does in theirs. I appreciate your assistance in this matter. We shall collect our friend and be on our way.
I did have a question since we are here, since it sounds like we don't seem to be having an issue. Have you heard any interesting rumors or dealings with the Pathfinder agents we have been tasked to find Natalia?
I look at him and just I do the animated craning my neck to look at him like,
hey, they may know. I have wisdom of 9 too.
Give me a diplomacy check.
It is a honest question because they may know.
What
19 plus 3.
He looks at you with a look of bemusement on his face. I'm afraid we don't pay that much attention to the comings and goings of a few adventurers.
as you shouldn't. You're much too busy for such things.
It was worth an ask.
I go and I because I actually have a decent strength. I have a 16 in strength, so I pick up
You are one strength below me.
our kobold friend quite easily. And I assume that all of his effects are on him as well.
Yes, it is not in our nature to purvey simple things from others. We are not thieves.
Of course not. I was merely suggesting that your unsanctioned associate may have had sticky fingers. But your people are incredibly thorough, so I trust your word. Thank you for your cooperation in this matter.
And we thank you for your discretion in ours.
I nod and I look at Zolthar and I go to leave.
I follow right behind. Yeah, discretion where we were literally about to kick in the door.
I I don't say anything until we're well out of this place. And then as soon as we're well out of this place, I want to do a cure light wounds.
You attend to Nero and you see a number of they look like circular burns from some sort of force
Like
at
from a
various
spell?
points on his body. What?
Like from a spell or like something that was
Yeah.
maybe like a cigarette or something?
No, like from a spell.
Okay.
Like he appears to be he appears to have been struck by a number of energy bolts or something like that.
I'm not super great at healing other people. I heal them for 3 points.
He blinks his eyes, but he's barely holding on to consciousness. What? I'm sorry, I tried to beat him.
No, Nero, you did more than, well, any of us could. Don't worry. You're safe now. Kodo helped us find you.
Oh, good.
Seem to be having never-ending luck of people jumping us and knocking us unconscious.
We're not very good at this whole finding other people business, are we?
No, we're not.
You found me.
That's true.
Thanks to your friend, we did. Yes.
I'm gonna pump another. I think it's my last one. 1, 2. No, I've only used 2. I've only used 2 first level spells. For another 3, and then I'll just use my last one. For 7.
Okay, he seems to be back on his feet enough to walk around. Thank you.
We're glad you're okay. Thank you for keeping us alive.
He shrugs.
Well, that was a dead end. Ish.
Yeah. It appears that if the consortium was involved in it, then it has nothing to do with Natalia.
Well, and you know that the consortium is not from Nidal, although they may or may not have agents there. You suspect that the stories of Nidalee slavers might have been a cover-up or a lie for Plutovark's schemes.
Well, that was a dead end.
We might be paying a visit to one of the gangs then.
More than likely. Plutarch is definitely dead. So we won't have to worry about him anymore.
Where was the 100 gold, but oh well.
Honestly, I'm just glad we got out of there alive. You don't understand. They are ruthless. They will do anything for their bottom dollar.
Really noted.
They generally keep out of the Pathfinder's way, and we generally keep out of theirs.
You've definitely heard of occasions where conflicts are outright, yeah,
The occasional skirmish.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't get along very well. Well, I guess you could say that you as well won't either. Considering you guys are now Pathfinders.
Wasn't really given the choice, but good to know not to cross them.
Honestly, if you could stay as far away from them as possible, that's usually the best. But yeah, how's Nero looking now? Like, I pumped a
He's
bunch of healing into him.
yeah, he's fit enough to be going on with.
Okay. I have to go pee. I'll be back.
This is just turning into let's go investigate, get our asses kicked.
All right, I did not expect both of you guys to
Oh, the
get hit
thing
by the
is,
color spray.
what would have happened if we succeeded and proceeded to beat the shit out of this person? That could have turned against us pretty badly.
Maybe. I mean, like I said, they kind of gave you the indication that he's not part of the consortium. In fact, he's not.
Using their name for nefarious reasons.
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of
and
like the Ten Rings from
they
Marvel.
don't like him. He was beaten senseless, and they're gonna stash him aboard a ship bound for Blood Cove in the morning.
Oh boy. Kind of like the Ten Rings from Marvel, where you had the fake Ten Rings and you had the real Ten Rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely yeah.
Which I thought was actually a pretty ingenious way. It's like, yeah, the Ten Rings that we first introduced you in Iron Man 3, yeah, that was fake.
Fucking fake.
A D20 random shots. You you roll a D20 and you get a shot. If you roll a 1, it's called a critical miss. You get a tequila and Tabasco. Ugh,
Oh,
sounds awful. A 2 is vicious mockery, which is Jameson and pickle juice. I'm not sure how that would pair well. A 3 is a mimic, is a sambuca and peppermint schnapps. Turn undead, white rum, lavender, and lemon. I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel like that would turn my stomach.
Bahamut's golden horde, which is sambuca and goldschlinger. Ew. Sneak attack, which is number 6, blue curaco and sourpuss. Chaotic neutral, peach liqueur, triple sec, and grenadine. That doesn't sound too bad.
I mean, a little bit fruity, but not bad.
Number 8, Kraken ate your ship. So creme de cacao, cacao and Kraken rum. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Number 9 is a short rest. Spice rum, Jaeger, and Contro. Contro. I'm not familiar with that one. Number 10 is the Banshee Breath. Cream de cacao and cream de mente.
Creme de menthe.
That's so much cream. I'll be shitting for hours. Number 11, which is Dwarven Ale. So it's Jägermeister and Bailey's. Ugh.
Ew.
Number 12, Balanced Stats. Kahlua, Bailey's, and Mariner.
Grand Marnier.
Yeah. Number 13, Moonbeam, Malibu, and a drop of Bailey's. Not too bad.
Ew, I hate Malibu.
14.
It reminds me too much of college in a bad way.
14, Wizard Spellbook, Grenadine, blue Curaco, and vodka. Okay, that's pretty simple. 15 is the Hunter's Mark, which is creme de cacao and Amaretto. Amaretto, yeah.
I like amaretto, but it always gives me like stomach cramps when I drink it.
Probably
But
too
I love the
sweet.
taste.
16, the Eldritch Patron, which is Malibu and peach liqueur. Number 17, the Blue Tiefling. Blue Caraco and
You're making
Malibu.
drinks.
No, it's something called the D20 random shots. I'm almost done.
Ah,
Number 18, Luck of the Halfling, Vodka and Kahlua. 19 is the Benevolent DM, Apple Moonshine and Goldslinger. 20.
Gold Slinger?
It's a delicious,
Like
it's a delicious
Goldschlager?
mystery shot.
Yeah, Goldschlager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Number 20 is a delicious mystery shot. You get to keep the glass. You don't know what they're giving you.
Mm.
It better be tasty. Ah. All right. We want to go find the Tower Girls or one of the gangs. We weren't really told where the Tower Girls were.
No, you still don't have any idea where they might be.
We can attempt to go ask that addict. Or we can ask any of the guards if they're familiar with them.
We might need to speak with the guards at this point.
Yeah.
Hopefully they won't be too angry.
Let's hope.
What time of day is it right now?
It is approaching morning. You guys have been out for hours.
Okay. Yeah. No, I guess we'll do that before we swing back to take a rest. But yeah. Where can we go to speak with guards? Is there like a guard post or
Yes.
like
The City Watch is based primarily at a place called the Arvensor. If you go to the southern edge of Magnamar, where the cliffs from the upper area meet the walls of
Oh!
Magnamar.
Wait, the place where we killed that one dude?
What?
Isn't that the place where we killed Ironbriar?
No,
No.
Ironbriar was killed at a
At a lumber yard.
Oh,
Yeah.
lumberyard. That's what I was thinking. Sorry, we did a lot of climbing in the lumberyard.
yeah, no. This is so like if you're standing in the ocean and you're looking at Magnamar, right? Off to your left, you see the Ire Span and the Alabaster District and all the upper area. And to your right, you see the majority of the city sort of stretching out. Well, where that cliff moves inland and meets the walls of Magnamar on that far end of town, right against the cliff, sort of bridging uptown and lowtown, is the Arvensor. It looms in the southern part of the city, high above the districts of Lowcleft and Naus. It's about 400 feet tall. The lower portion is built into the side of the sea cleft that splits the city in half.
Well, go talk to the guards.
I guess we make our we trudge to trudge.
To trudge. It's the slow, weary walk of adventurers who've gotten their butt kicked at every turn.
My
I've been out of
ass
prison for
kicked.
24
Ha, ha,
hours.
ha.
No, actually, at this point, 48 hours. I've gotten my ass handed to me twice.
We're not very good at this.
You eventually reach the Arvensor, and when you enter, there's a large, imposing foyer with a number of tall stone desks. The watch officers out in front cross their spears as you get close. What's your business?
We've come to ask for some information regarding the local gangs. We're looking for a missing person that may have been taken by one. We're here on behalf of the Pathfinder Society.
Right, follow me in. One of the guards leads you inside. Go, sit over there. He points to a number of squat stone benches.
I'd rather stand.
I sit on the stone bench.
He looks you up and down. Do as you like.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing to myself, thinking in my head, I've had my ass kicked within the last 48 hours. I'm starting to miss the cell. At least the beatings were routine.
That's messed up.
They were on schedule, at least.
Oh, this is my 3 o'clock meeting. Oh, goody.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my god.
The guard
That's
moves
terrible.
off to talk to some people, and eventually he comes back. Wait here. Someone will be with you when they get a chance.
Thank you.
You guys sit, and it's nearly 2 hours before
my
an
God.
officer ultimately ends up calling you over.
An
You
hour
three.
in, I succumb and sit.
Bureaucracy.
But a female guard officer comes out and gestures to you. Come on back. 3 of you.
Thank you. We'll follow her.
She leads you to a small and somewhat sparsely furnished office, but there are a number of wooden chairs, and she says, what can I do for you?
We're looking for any information regarding a gang called the Tower Girls. We believe that they may have kidnapped one of our own from the Pathfinder Society, and we're trying to find her.
Let me see. Who's the person you're looking for?
Natalie. Her name is Natalie. Oh my god, I just had it. It went away. Natalia Van Gasker.
Van Gasterskin.
I can say Worcestershire, but I can't say Van Gasterkin.
I can't even say Worcestershire.
Van Gaskerkin.
Van Gaskerkin.
Fuck you, Paizo, whoever came up with that name.
Well, we're not in the business of giving out privileged information to concerned citizens. But Natalia Van Gasterkin is not unknown to the City Watch. She's a petty burglar who runs with the Tower Girls. And you said she's your friend?
Associate.
Well, if she's vanished, it's news to the Watch. As far as I know, she hasn't been picked up by any patrols. But I'm not surprised that if her disappearance hasn't been reported. We do what we can to control this Xarni, but they do tend to solve their own problem. If you're looking for the Tower Girls themselves, well, fortunately, I can't tell you where they are. See, they recently changed their headquarters. None of our informants have been able to update the City Watch as of yet. I do know that they had a falling out with the Wreckwash Blades several months ago. Rumor after that was that they were slumming it in an abandoned warehouse in Underbridge. They shared it with a disreputable local by the name of Fence to the Blight. If anyone knows where they are now, it might be him.
Do we know, or would you be willing to tell us where they used to hang out? Maybe we can find a clue or something that maybe got overlooked.
I can give you directions to the warehouse. We are strapped, otherwise I'd provide some guards to escort you, but it's a large city and quite busy.
Oh, of course. For somebody like Van Gasterkin, I would not waste your resources. The Pathfinder Society will try to take care of their own.
Thank you. With all these false rumors of slavers, they've kept our officers busy for some time.
Well, to be completely honest, and I can't say if I can exactly express what it has happened, but I don't think you'll have to worry about the slaver bit, at least for a while.
The ironic thing is that most of the people who vanished have actually been found. We've investigated the rumors of slavers and found nothing. Rumor mongers don't usually find happy endings nearly as fun to gossip about. As a result, the fact that the vanishings have been solved isn't nearly as gossiped about as the vanishings themselves. As far as I'm concerned, the investigation has been concluded for a while now.
People do love their ghost stories, don't they? I do appreciate your time and giving us this information. And if we get anything useful, we will let you know.
Thank you.
And
Here, let me give you a quick. She sketches you a map of the approximate location of the warehouse, where Fenster the Blight might be located.
Fenster the Blight. Blight. I can spell blight. There we go. Thank you, Captain Sergeant. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Oh, Kasade. Captain Kasade.
Thank you, Captain Katsade. We appreciate your help. And
I did have a question before we go. Captain, do you remember an incident that happened roughly a little over 15, 17 years ago over in the Shade? A murder.
I mean, it's the Shade. Murders happen all the time.
Particularly gruesome one. A Shawanti woman.
Doesn't ring a bell.
do you ever remember a story of maybe guards maybe not so long after that, maybe picking up a half-orc child?
Meaning no disrespect, but a number of half-orcs cross our paths.
I had a feeling that'd be the case. Thank you for this other information, though.
I nod to Captain Cassandra and or Casada, and I guess we leave. I look at the others.
Nero doesn't have anything to add.
Zoltar kind of a sullen look to his face.
Don't worry, we'll find your. What is your kid's name, anyways?
I actually remember it. I think I had it in my head. They were kind of debating back and forth on a name for a while.
Just Zatar just didn't have a name until he was like 8 years old.
Well, he was taken like young. He was definitely taken away from young.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 12 on intelligence. We deliberated on a name for a while. We settled on. Just remember it starting with the Z, and the memories are fuzzy, and they kind of blend with each other.
Well, if he's anything like his father, he's probably a strapping young man now, and guess raising hell.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Yeah, that doesn't help. That doesn't help.
Yeah, that really doesn't. It looks like
Well, I mean, you're not dead.
I imagine we're having this conversation as we're leaving. By the way,
Yes.
I don't want to have this
yeah.
conversation standing in front of the captain. She's
No,
busy.
no, you guys had indicated that you were already I'm
Okay.
assuming you guys are walking the streets right now.
Okay, yeah.
He would look like any other half-orc child. Green tusks, black hair. The only thing he really got from his mom was his eyes. So that's the one thing I definitely remember very vividly is mom's eyes in him.
Well, you never know. Kids are scrappy things.
Every story we seem to get seems to be getting me nowhere.
Well, don't give up.
I have no
Family
reason
can
to.
be important.
Only family I have. I've forsaken my own kind.
Join the club. It's very exclusive. It includes you and me. Baby, Nero?
Does it include being involved with the culture that hates your guts with their very historical being?
I look at him and I go,
Remember, you're the first drow he's ever encountered.
generally everybody hates me.
Entirely fair.
My kind is known for being cruel, sadistic, and absolutely ruthless.
Sounds like my kind.
Yeah, me too.
No, do you have any family?
Family?
Brothers, sisters, mothers, tribe.
I was one of 100 hatchlings back at the Snarl.
That's quite many siblings.
Well, kobolds are raised communally. The concept of parents is not the same as it is for you pink skinned, or you know what I mean. Soft skins.
We know why I'm here, and we know why Zulthar is here. Curiously, we don't know why you're here. Are you also a part of the Pathfinder Society?
Even as you ask that, you know fully well that he's not.
I'm trying to give him an out if he wants it.
What are we talking about me for?
Just curious.
Mm-hmm.
Rather know who, who saved me and who we saved in return.
Nero saved you. That's all you need to know.
All right, my
Kodo.
friend.
Kodo saved you.
Kodo did save. Kodo saved all of us. Isn't that right, Kodo? I guess. How does a drink and some food and a warm bed sound to everybody?
I could go for that.
Better than nothing. Maybe some alcohol might jog a memory.
I believe we returned to the Four Horned Inn. Exhausted, beaten up, and again have lost all of our fights.
Just vastly depressed.
You guys return to the Four-Horned Inn, tail tucked firmly between your legs. And you settle down to some food and drink and a well-earned rest. Go ahead and rest up, heal back anything that you need. Get your spells back. I think this is more or less what we're going to call it. But unbeknownst to you guys, but beknownst to the audience, in the shade, as there's a subtext that says 8 hours earlier. And you see in the shade a raggedy man reaching out as a stranger walks down the alleyway. Please, copper, silver, anything. If you have any pesh, I'll take that too. A shadowy figure stops in front of the man. Bless you.
Thank you.
And drops a few silver coins at his feet. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're so generous. Oh, fortune has truly been smiling on the shade today. I don't suppose you have any pesh. No. You said fortune's been good for you. Yes. Earlier today, there were some very kind folk, just like yourself. What did these folk look like? Oh, they're strange. An orc, a dark elf, and a scaly red kobold. I see. And where did they go? Oh, they were looking around the shade, asking questions. They paid in gold. I got something better than gold. Oh, yeah? Yeah, what's that?
Aw, you killed my informant.
I fucking told you.
Rude. I'm not allowed informants.
Addicts talk.
Yeah, but he didn't. But he killed him before he could ask what we were asking about, so he could suck a dick. All the information he got is that we were in the shade.
But yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it. Let me just tally up some experience.
Are we allowed experience? There was no fighting involved, and we got our asses kicked.
Well, there's still RP moments.
I guess.
Yeah, and
that's
you
true.
got experience for learning about stuff.
Hey, the guards didn't hate us either.
That's true.
I don't think that captain was old enough to know what anything
No.
that happened 15 years ago.
I was about to be like, wait, how old is the captain?
She was probably in her 20s or 30s.
Oh yeah, hell
Yep,
no. She would have been fucking
born,
5.
She was too young.
But everybody gets 335 experience.
Level 2, bitches.
You said 35 experience?
335.
Oh, 335.
That puts us up at level 2. Now I can actually start healing while I'm raging. Yay!
Oh my goodness. Awesome. We level. Nice.
Next level is which is 3,300. That's the next level.
I think my problem is that I'm still trying to play her like a rogue because I'm used to her being a rogue.
Yeah.
And it's just not working out.
It was interesting. My character's charismatic, but mostly just intimidating wise.
I mean, you did manage to use your intimidate to stop someone from bounty hunting you right in the middle of the tavern.
I was real tempted
Right.
to kick the table into him.
I feel like
Definitely
and Nero, because
the
I
real-
imagine Nero was sitting opposite you. Figure you
The
kicking it over and both of them go, wah!
I was real tempted to start a bar fight, but I held back.
Oh my
Because
god.
2 hit points. Zatar's gonna want to stay alive to find information. Or not Zatar. Zulthar. Fuck, I'm doing it. Rager. All right, time to roll hit die. Blood Rages are D10. Be nice to me.
Hell yeah, natural 8.
That was a 1. We reroll ones.
Yes, we reroll ones.
That's another fucking 1.
We double reroll ones.
That's a 6 plus con, so that's 6 plus 3.
Nice.
Which is what? 11. No, that's a. No, 6 plus 3 is a 9. I'm dumb. So.
I guess I shall roll my HP while we are all here as well. I forget. When you actually have a con, is you only get the plus con on your first when you're level 1, correct?
No,
False.
False.
You go all hit die.
Yeah, it's always your hit die
Oh.
plus your con.
Oh, I should have had way less HP when I was Mo then.
What do you mean less?
I'm pretty sure she had a negative in her con.
I don't believe you were playing that wrong. I think you've been doing it right the whole time, and you're just having a brain fart right now.
Probably. I
Potentially.
rolled an 8 on my D8.
Nice. plus what? What's your con?
+1.
Ooh, so we did
Nice.
9
So
total.
I doubled my I doubled my HP.
Nice.
I am now at 18 hit points.
I more or less doubled mine. I went from 13 to 22.
Nice.
Also very nice. I too doubled mine. I rolled a natural 8 + 1.
Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. We are all becoming beefy because
I
we
had to
keep
roll
getting
twice,
beat
though.
up.
I had to roll twice because I rolled 2 1s.
We just keep getting our shit kicked in, and we're like just getting natural. Like
All right.
we're getting
so
our skin's getting tougher. People keep beating us up.
Well, I now have fast healing while I'm raging. So I gained fast heal 1. Uh-oh. There we go.
Sorry, I was meant to close the camera.
I have to
Fast
look
heal
up what I
1.
get for architect on level
Rage.
2.
I'm happy for the fast heal. Kind of interesting. The critical class features. I haven't been getting to level 2. I did the same thing with Zatar with the Gray Paladin. I didn't get smite to level 2 because of it, which would have helped with the fucking goblin fight. All right.
Ooh, I have Clever Explorer. At level 2, an archaeologist gains a bonus equal to half his class level on disabled device and perception checks.
Save.
He can disable intricate and complex devices in half the normal amount of time, minimum of 1 round, and open a lock as a standard action. Nice.
We don't get anything at level 2. No, that's not till next level. That's every odd. Okay. That's.
I also have Uncanny Dodge!
I actually would have gotten it, but because of my class, I lose it. I get fast heal instead.
I'm so excited to have Uncanny Dodge.
I at least gain healing, and I'm happy about that.
Please stop hitting me.
All right, so for skills, it's 4 plus intelligence. So I get 4 because I have a 0 I have a 0 mod.
I cannot be flat-footed anymore. Yay! Nor do I lose my dex bonus to AC if an attacker is invisible. I do still lose my dex bonus to my AC if I'm immobilized, though. But still, that's great. I love this for me. Very excited.